Okay, we should be live, but the real question is, are we?
Yes, we are.
We're coming through? Our sound's coming through?
Yeah, sound is coming through.
Alright, great. So I think I should do something along the lines of saying something like, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the Weekly WAYPN. I'm Karl.
No, I'm Sunny.
And yes, hello.
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 It's me. I was wondering when we will begin and all that.
You mean we're 12 seconds late? It's like,
yes.
It's over. Okay, so we're starting off with
Alfarius Tallyman update. Got an unclipped Tallyman in my loot crate and want to build something.
Yeah.
And here we are. I think it's quite nice. One of the models have that sort of net cape thingy. It's interesting.
Okay. I was just... Is this just a regular prime?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is it a prime or is it like a really heavy black wash?
Yeah, like that's sort of how it looked to me.
But
too.
this is how he normally starts.
Yeah.
All his projects
and
recently.
Then, so he dry brushes
a brown over top.
Yeah, so he's doing essentially a warm zenithal. Yeah, okay, yeah. It looks good.
We will see more in a little bit.
Yeah.
Next we have... Oh, sorry. Okay, so... O is Alfarius.
Okay, yes, I should start typing these. Okay, so... OO is... Alfarius.
And now...
Add 2.
O2 is Ryan Conrad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, great.
It's Naval Artillery Witch Whip. It's been a while, but still plodding along with my Trench Crusade commission. Not long finished, bar the basing. 10 Naval Trooper, 4 Anointed, and now this Naval Artillery Witch, all to a Tabletop Plus standard. Left to do 1 Chorister, 1 Death Commando, and the Heretic Captain. The Chorister and the Death Commando will be fairly fast, as I have the recipes for both down to a T. But for the Heretic Captain, the client wants properly red armor, and it doing to a higher standard, OSL, but I reckon I could have these down in the next week or two.
Alright, well, let's just take a quick look at her. So I've been looking through as he made his way up there. Yeah, she looks quite good. I think, like... His one is very much trust the process sort of thing, because like when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, and then like it slowly goes up. But with her, she's quite separate from the mine, so I think that looks good.
And then we see some additional colorations.
Yeah, no, so it sort of starts out like this, and that's why I'm saying it's a very much trust the process.
Yeah, because it's all very blending into each other.
Yeah, until it's not.
Yeah. That is the downside of the grim dark style.
It is. I find like I'm very frustrated with the grim dark style in many ways, but that's another conversation. I think this is done well. I think this separates well. What feedback do you have for him?
Improvement-wise, I can't think of anything just yet, because, like you said, it's very trust the process. But I really like the cast iron look of the mine that he has.
Yeah, no, it does. It does look quite nice. I think like the only thing for me is there's no sort of point to look at on this miniature.
Yeah, not yet, especially because that is the coloration choice.
Yeah, so yeah. What I would have done is because is maybe have her finger glow or something. or even a bit of cotton, you know, with like
the dusting of the pigment powder.
No. So like a bit of cotton rising up with some color on it, right, to sort of like indicate, you know, her
Using
power.
Her powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
just
I think
something to bring focus.
Yeah, the thing is, like, that's all the final steps for Ryan.
Yeah, but I think he's done now. With he might not be doing basing for these, but I don't know, because this is a commission, and we must remember, you know, you can't go overboard on commissions. But speaking about not going overboard, we have quite a bit to do, so we will move on to our next one, which is you.
Okay. Retouched the hat. Much happier with it now after base coating it with Scale 75 Artisan Buff, then shading one half with raw umber mixed with a little red to give it more warmth and variation. Then I went over the top with a thin down snakebite leather and dry brushed buff over top again and used Prussian blue to do the lines.
Mm-hmm.
I also worked on the skin, tried to touch up the hair. It just wasn't quite working, so annoyed with myself on that. Also tried to build up a little bit more texture in the paints. Yeah, I'm very happy with the hat. Like, the hat, I think, came out a bit nicer.
It's... See, the thing that's frustrating about these sorts of things is when you've got something like this, it feels like an error in the paint job when the mold isn't perfect.
It's probably me. I've had the carpal tunnel and...
No, but like, look here, right? It shows that you're clearly following, you know, the lines that they've set out.
Yeah.
And see, like, it's just one of my...
I think this is hand sculpted, right? Most of
Yeah, but see, like, I think this is one of the problems with modern miniatures. You just get used to such things, right? Especially when they have other parts. Like, I'm pretty sure that all of the swords are actually, like, 3D printed parts that they'll put onto these guys, right? Because you see how precise that is, right? And, like, you compare that to, as an example, the rest of the sculpt, and it just shows that, like, it makes other things feel off. Because like, it's a mix of these things, and they always did techniques similar to this, because like they'd have like a finished thing where they'd have, like, for example, the spear, right? Like, that perfect spear would be like a paper clip or like a steel rod or something, or like a sculpted spear that they've done elsewhere that's cast so you can just put them on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that makes sense.
That's more just a pet peeves thing. But I think we are on to Ellen. Okay, so for some reason this wasn't one of the ones that opened up. So I'll just get you to talk about it here, if you could, while I see if I can get it to load.
Working on something for a friend. I've lost so much muscle memory with my time off from the hobby. Oh, that's fair enough. Alan usually produces some pretty high quality stuff.
He does.
As you know,
the Alan Award.
Yeah, if you are named Alan on WAYPN, you just, for some reason, just have talent.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way.
That is the trend that we notice. And so it doesn't
seem bad though.
Yeah, I think you've done really well though, Alan. I mean, look at this. It's puny, very clean work, and putting such thin red lines on white is difficult, and you've done it pretty well.
Yeah, I think they all look good, and also I think he's used to a different type of model. So he's used to Infinity, which has a lot more rounded curves and this sort of thing, whereas this is pretty much a Space Marine on steroids. It's all lines everywhere, it's all edge highlighting.
And he normally does, like, if I'm not wrong, fantasy busts and stuff.
Oh, he did do some fantasy busts, but he mostly did like Infinity models.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Infinity, but yeah. So I think looks good thus far. Like I don't think that these are complete yet.
I mean, like lots of people who come back to the hobby, sometimes they produce worse results than this. And okay. It's fair if you know your own standard, and you know whatever you know to be your best is always going to look worse to you when it's not your best.
But
right?
I think that there's another thing to say with this, right? Like, so I remember Alan producing some very, very good pieces of work, but Alan, like, because we're friends on Facebook and I occasionally see the things I don't always like and comment and all of the things that you're meant to do. I'm sorry that I'm not part of the Facebook trap. But, like, I've seen snippets of his life and he's enjoying his life. He's got a life. And, like, it's okay to have a life, come back to something, and suck at it a bit, and make your way back.
Yeah. It's the muscle memory does kick in after a while. So
yeah,
I understand that painting in particular, the skill, once you sort of like not doing it, it feels extra tough.
Yeah.
Okay, so Larry is next.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, Spray Gunner had a sale and a discount, so I picked up the Kaleido metallic airbrush paints for cheap, along with a couple of their markers and an Atom copper paint. I've been looking for a good airbrush brass or close to use as my...
I didn't even know that they wore them.
What is?
An airbrush bra.
Yeah, well, it's not that. It's the metal. Brass. Brass metal.
Is that comfortable for you girls?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Brass, or close to, use as my standard Necron color. Testbot volunteered and got scorched gold on the left arm, champagne gold on the right arm, copper on the head, red copper on the right leg, atom copper on the body, and 2:1. Scorched gold is to red copper on the left leg. It was hard to tell because so shiny. So I used the marker on a strut, and it looked comparable to the original brass on my first Necron. Just really shiny and bright at certain angles. I tell you, these gold markers are going to make a world of difference when doing Girly Man.
Robot
Girly Man. Anyway, I took Abba's advice and took a chance on just airbrushing the whole Overlord with the scorched gold. So pretty! Definitely distinct from the Imotech guy I did with Scale 75 metals, but I'm not convinced I need to do much, if any, highlighting, as it's kinda self-shades and highlights. The Scale 75 brass on the original I had to use a brown wash and highlights with other color metallics. I had originally planned to do a light dry brush with Canoptech alloy from GW, so the edges would have a little bit of a silvery look, but now I'm not sure. Time for Testbot to volunteer again, I guess. I see on the computer screen it looks like I missed a couple spots, but it's just how the light is reflecting.
So don't worry as much about when it comes to doing that sort of thing. It's about shading. Testbot is not a good test for that, because the reason is he's like lots of rounded shapes, and see how you've got all of these details and indents and stuff, right? What you need is something with quite a few grooves, because what you're going to want to be doing is relying on washes and oils and that sort of thing instead, because you're like, all right, I've got this great thing. Now I put, for example, a panel liner on it, remove the greater majority with just the cotton bud or, the excess, whatever it is. And like that sort of you're like you said, you don't have to do those highlights because the thing's already done what it's meant to, and it's sort of a different mindset that you've got to get in, doing things by reversal instead of addition, because like you get in a certain mindset where you're just like, I gotta add, rather than going the opposite way. But yeah, and once again, as per always, I always love Larry's little experiments because like I take things away from them.
Yeah.
And I think also like hopefully
it is so different from the original.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And I think like hopefully
hey
Batch Painter,
welcome.
I think hopefully other people take things away from them too. You could have spaced your ones out, like they're all in a bunch right here at the end. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say on that.
I quite like the way they've turned out.
Yeah, no, I do too. I think it's
nice. And I even asked Larry, like, dare I say it's comparable to Scale 75 Metallics, and he says, I think it's even better than the Scale 75
I think
Metallics.
I think Scale 75 does great stuff for brushwork.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it does do very well with the airbrush, but like they don't have airbrush ready ones that you can just but yeah, so let us move on to
a little bit more update from Larry.
Oh yeah
on the same project, so we won't time this.
Yeah, I know.
Painted connect alloy on the joints, cables, the thing in his right hand, parts of the staff. Painted white on the eyes and cables and parts that are going to be that green energy of theirs eventually. Painted the staff by brush with the zirconium black. Brushed over the raised glyphs on the neck and chesting with champagne gold, and flooded the lower areas with Nuln Oil. Also put Nuln Oil on the thing in his hand, but I'm not sure it's the right thing for the main body areas. Painted over the ground on the base dark brown.
Yeah, no, I think like this looks like it's coming together a lot more. But yeah. No, it's all right. It's just, yeah. It's also the other thing is when it comes to that Batch Painter, it's just like because like what happens is you people are like, oh, it's all just one person posting that sort of thing. But yeah, no, it's okay to have a life. Yeah, I think it pretty much is what it is on this post. It's like that update, but I do have to say that this has really made it seem like a much more completed mod with just very little extra done.
Yeah.
And like it's just base work and stuff. Alright, so let us move on to...
Now we've
got Alex
at 018.
Yeah, thanks.
This should provide a bit of a better idea of what my finished yellow will look like, specifically with the orange shading and the light pastel yellow highlights. Also, I added the black freehand on the tank, so I don't think it is as eye-catching as it was before. Also, sending your feedback to black line in order to separate the elements and make it more readable. Chef's kiss. Thank you guys. Looking forward to the next review. I'm so glad that my advice has worked out for you.
So I think it's not just... Because if you remember, this whole thing was yellow. So, like, the fact that he's also added this black tip to it,
yeah,
and along with, like, the stripes and patternings, he's got, like, yellow down here. I think that he could have gone for, like, say, a white or a red there.
Oh, yeah, black and white checkers.
Like, I'm not saying do that now. It's fine. Don't touch it. It's fine. It's okay, right? But what I'm saying is, because... Like, as far as I was concerned, there was going to be flames on this thing, and, like, I'm like, that is not enough. It was just, like, this massive block. But see, by doing up this little bit, or that sort of thing, it really has helped things.
I do think it looks a lot better now.
Yeah, and And like you can see how black lining works even before we take a look at this one. Like right here, red lining, right? You know that separation is more highlighted with that. Oh, this is
there's an echo. I think that's what Jack has said. We've got an echo.
Oh, we got an echo. Can you just check for us?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, guys, we will be right back. Do 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 do. Guys,
Could be any minute now.
Yeah, I know that there's a delay and such.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fantastic. Thanks for letting us know, guys.
I don't know why that keeps happening.
It's because
you have become Legion.
Yes.
What would have been great is if we really did a proper elevator music.
WAYPN elevator music. Do 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 do. Anyway, because like when you said there's an echo, I was looking at this and I'm like, oh, is this not meant to be here? Is this from a different post or something? But yeah, so yeah,
I love this shot.
But see, like,
look at that.
I do think that the black lining like could have been tidied just a bit down here. I understand, but my point was more just like those are the little sorts of things where it's just like, all right, yep. I'm still going to talk about having those micro tufts, though. Do you remember we talked about the micro tufts?
Did he not put the tufts on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he did not.
Yeah, all right.
Listen to your advice.
Of course. People only come here for me.
Yes. What is it?
He didn't... For my horse and my rocks.
Yes.
I will not use the colorful language from the original.
Yeah. So, essentially, I just think the separations really has helped things.
I do think like this whole model just has such better just overall contrast now. I do think yes, tufts would really add to it, but I mean I'm okay.
Now he'll listen. He'll listen.
The grey on the cloth is a nice touch.
Yeah, no, where it's
You're talking about the checker patterning.
Yeah, because there's a faded checker pattern.
Yeah, we thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, we talked about that too. But yeah, this is
Game of Grass.
This is the update, and we see a big update on this one.
Yeah.
And I like where this one goes eventually, but we should move on because we got a lot to do, and we're 20 minutes in.
We've got Andy at 22.
Andy at 22. All right.
Currently away from my painting desk, so don't have access to my light box, etc. But still brought some painting stuff with me, so worked on this bust today. It's such a good bust.
Very clean.
Very clean. It does. I'm a little confused. So it looks like you've just done base coating for now.
Yeah, that does look like where he's at.
Not that is an issue. I'm just saying that it looks like it's been
It's unusual because it seems like he did the eye really well.
Yeah.
And then like just base coats, and I'm just like,
that's why I'm confused.
Yeah.
Because like, is this kind of Danish?
America, explain.
This is Arkansas. This is Kansas. This is not Arkansas. What do you mean Arkansas? America, explain.
America, explain.
It is true. It's very confusing. But yes, that is my only quandary. But
yeah.
Of course, you should also bring in a lot more flush tones with the skin.
But like, see, I don't know if he's done the eyes first, so like he's doing the inside out thing.
Yeah, because she's wearing a hat. So it's understandable that he wants to tackle the difficult things right away.
Yeah. So like,
and then do the shading bits.
I think that I am confusion.
Me too. But I think it'll work out eventually. We'll see some more updates.
No, we know how it's pronounced. There's a meme where a person goes, "How is this Kansas? And this is not Arkansas." Yeah, and they go, "What do you mean, Arkansas?"
Yeah, it's so funny.
All right, so what I'll just say what I was going to say quickly. I think really nice and clean, but I am I am confusion. So
Me
we
too.
will leave it there for now. And next up, we have Ryan at 25.
Our boy Ryan. Death Commando finished for the commission. Another one chalked off for the commission. Still have to base him, but I am going to base them all together to make sure they are consistent. Just the Corsta and the Heretic Captain left after this. This is just to a tabletop plus standard. Otherwise, I'd be working on his back vent to make them glow hot, as I have previously done with this model.
Yeah, no. So this is one of the things about commissions.
Yeah, I remember.
But like, so on this, I think that you have exactly hit the mark, right?
Definitely.
Because like, here's the thing. Think about it from your point of view. Right, Daddy feels. Daddy feels.
Big Daddy.
I know Big Daddy from the game, but yeah.
Oh, is it a game? I did not know
he's
this.
talking about BioShock. But anyway, long story short, this is a great shot. This is sort of that's probably your sort of what do we call it? Golden angle shot here, right?
I like the pose is kind of funny, like I'm coming after you.
But like I think the thing is that contrast is what brings people in, because like desaturated, and then just absolute pop.
Artificial cherry red.
Yeah,
that's what I call it.
But yeah, no, I think this is really good, and I know what he's talking about. Like he'd like to add some glow so that there's a spot here, but I totally get that. But here's the thing on this.
No, he said he would have if it was not tabletop.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And see, that is the biggest problem with commissions. I'm very guilty of that sin.
Yes,
I'll be like,
it's true.
I'll be like, oh yeah, I just want to do just this one little thing.
And I have to keep telling him, honey, you know that this is only tabletop.
Or whatever it is.
There's only character level. You gotta stop. And he's like, but this, but that.
Yeah. And it's fair. It's fair.
All right. I think it's looking great. I think you've got great separation, great coloration, and the red in the lens is the chef's kiss as always.
And like, I think I would agree with you about the glow, but it's a commission.
Yeah.
You hit your goal.
Target. Yeah. You gotta do what the client wants, but you also can't over push yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. All right.
So next up, Larry at 27.
Just some boring rock work. Hey! Do not diss the rock. I want to collect my rocks. That's a good rock. Painted some concrete and concrete dust, along with stones under the werewolf. Nothing fancy, just progress. What do you think?
I just wish that people would have better bases.
Like sculpted rocks?
No. So like, you see these are
all
the
these layer lines.
Yeah, the Marvel stuff, right? It's just like, who is your QA? Who is your QA? Where is your QA?
I don't know.
It just upsets me, because like, I think this looks
but
good.
What is the rock cooking?
No, we don't care about the Mr. Rock. He has ruined everything. He has shrunk. He's
shrunk.
He is now Mr. Pebble. We did no more talk of this rock creature. But yeah, obviously he was the choice for the thing, because the jokes would have written themselves.
Oh, they would have.
But yes, so I want to see the hair. But yeah, I like the way that he's got the brown underneath the rock here, so like that it's been cracked and that sort of thing.
I thought this looked pretty good.
Yeah, this looks pretty good. Yeah, but like, I understand what he says about boring rock work. This, I think, needs a lot of work, because it just feels
grey.
Yeah.
There's just one grey, not even a few greys.
Yeah, and so here I think you could use some red brick here.
Yeah, red brick.
Just to add some colour. And yeah, like this is a bit boring, but we will see some more with that. So we'll see how that goes.
It'll come through eventually.
All right, so we have more Larry after this.
I airbrush the ground, basic brown. I'll do highlights later.
Yep, nice.
It looks good.
And like guys, this is a perfectly acceptable post, right? The Earl of Gravel, jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like just go. You know, all I did today was just this. That's okay. It's okay to just do that.
I haven't progressed on my Bushido models in a while. Carpal tunnel stopping you.
All right. So next up, we've got Larry's. Put a bit into this guy right here.
Various greens. Tesseract glow on the eyes, orbs, and rib sections. Warpstone glow on the cable/hoses. Goss green over the runes on the chest. But I might make them metal again. The wild undercoat on the runes got a little bit messy, so I have to do cleanup on those. Warp lightning on the energy blade. More to do, but coming along quickly.
So the only thing that I would say with all of this, Larry, is one, we don't have enough contrast in here, right? So like it just looks all quite uniform, so you might want to paint white over this and do it again. The other thing is white oils plus these little holes here, they're a match made in heaven.
Which he does in the update.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
We will see that soon enough.
Is that the very next post?
No, the next post is a different Larry post.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Shall we move on to that post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's doing the thing again.
It's this one. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, some last minute painting before bed. Dry brushed pinky in lighter pinks, then painted with gold yellow. Haven't done highlights yet. Obviously, I'm not caring about these cultists having a great paint job. I'm just fooling around with them to bang them out because they were the box with Hastur. Yes, Karl, I know about the yellow video. I'm just amusing myself.
Do you know about the yellow video?
Anyway, so far so good for trying to keep total paint time as low as possible.
Yeah, it looks like a good little experiment.
How the yellow turned out real nice.
And you can just do some quick flesh tones over the skin and leave that purple underlayer there. And just be done with it. Because even the hair, it can read as a black.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So yeah, if you're trying to be quick. But yeah. Have you heard about the yellow video we did? We did a yellow video. We were going to do more videos, but then life happened and everything slowed down. But yes, so next we have
our boy Ryan.
Our boy Ryan.
At 033.
Okay, 033, Ryan.
Voidsman at Arms Palette Cleanser. As a very quick palette cleanser before I finished the last 2 models of a Trench Crusade commission, I picked up 10 of these Solar God by Red Makers. I really love the sculpts of these. They make great Heresy era Imperial Army / Solar Auxiliary or Voidsman at Arms. I wanted to try the same recipe I'd used on my Trench Crusade Heretic Naval Troopers and Death Commandos, as I thought they'd look great in aged bronze flak plate with the gray/green soft undersuit. Recipe: Rattlecan Prime Brown with Hyrex Brown, the Color Forge. That's the brand.
Okay.
I just had the burp coming up. Then dry brush the flak armor with Hazardous Smog. War Paints Air, the Army Painter. Then dry brush the armor with Death Metal, Army Painter Metallic, followed with a lighter highlight dry brush with True Copper, Army Painter Metallic. Then the soft Undervoid suit was painted with Army Green as a base, the Necrotic Flesh for an initial highlight, and finally Shark White for a final highlight. All Army Painter War Paints Air. The OSL was done with a combination of white and fluorescent ink from Daler Rowney and some fluorescent enamel pigments from AK Interactive.
Yeah, I think the two-tone thing worked out very, very well for you. And I think this is kind of your signature thing. Making the... how can I put it exactly? making the grimdark come to life a bit, because what I feel with a lot of these ones is that like without that pop color that you do, they just feel so
Blech.
yeah.
Like
Well,
like that.
I can see what a lot of people. Well, for example, Grimdark Compendium just goes to the ends of the earth when it comes to texture and that sort of thing, right? But even with the Grimdark Compendium, I see a couple of things with them that is not the greatest. But I think just the way that you do that really helps, because like these sharp bits of contrast make it feel. Sorry, you were going to say?
No, just continue. Finish your sentence.
No, you go.
I've lost my thought. I think it brings a level of excitement to the grimdark painting style, like the way that he does it. Because like you look at this model, and then you just like, ooh, look at this cool glow effect, blah 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 blah. As compared to a normal grimdark paint scheme, you're like, it looks nice, but it doesn't feel exciting.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the grimdark painting that we see, it just feels like you took the lazy way out. Yeah. Even when they put a lot of effort in.
Yeah, so that's why I think with the Grimdark Compendium, like their thing is like adding a lot of texture.
Yeah.
Right, like with the fur hair, blah blah, that really adds some level of interest. Okay.
Alright, so next up we've got David at 36.
Yeah. Combat Patrol Challenge Update by David. Bone done. 90% done. Need to finish the skulls, layer the metals, and do the gem.
Alright, so we've had a bit of an update since then. Sonny, would you like to give some feedback? Because there seems to be something in my throat.
Yeah, it's a little hard to tell in some of these pictures, but I really love that. The skull. I thought that really looked very 80s.
It does look very 80s, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like classic He-Man something. It's like He-Man, I would say. Yeah, so that really caught my eye. The red of the cape, not 100% on the cape.
Okay, I'll go back to it.
Yeah, because, it just feels a little splotchy.
I think if that felt more deliberate, I think you'd feel a bit better.
Yeah, like, you could really lean into the polished leather cape look if you had maybe some scratches on it or something.
Yeah.
But I understand this is a combat patrol and it's a lot of minis, so...
It's not that many minis considering it's Space Marine, so it's a lot less than a lot of other people have to deal with. I think that you're right with that. The other thing I was thinking about was more stippling, just to give some texture, right? Have some highlights and that sort of thing, but it doesn't have to be perfect. That sort of thing, very sort of
just to give it a little bit of texture.
Yeah.
Because with the contrast, you really have to be very careful on the type of surfaces you're applying them to. Once you get this coffee staining, it can look very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much my commentary for this.
Alright, so next up we have more from Larry by the looks of it.
Larry at 38.
Yep.
Pinky's close to done. Like I said, I'm just going for a basic tabletop level and having fun with it. Dry brushed with scale 75, artist color lemon yellow. But it's too transparent, so you couldn't really see it. So I redid it with white soul, with the soul yellow. Added skin hair, the gun stock, and some gold to the necklace. A few more simple touches and something on the base, and she's done, I think.
Yeah. It does look that way. But yeah, so...
look at that.
I just think that he probably could have, if he wanted this to be quick, I think he probably could have done things differently. And I wouldn't have done gold for this because, of course, it disappears with the yellow.
And I think the flesh tone is also a little bit on the yellow side. So I think a more pinkish flesh would have worked better.
Yeah, that's why I said you could leave a lot of that purple undertone.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up,
we have more
from
Larry.
Larry.
Dude got himself a pair of Dockers. Just a base coat, though. Ammo by Nick Khaki.
Yeah, and what I do like about Larry is he embodies the WAYPN spirit. He just shows his little updates as he goes, and it really does change the silhouette of this because he looked very unfinished before. Alright, so now...
More from Larry. Some white on the weapon edges, followed by Tesseract glow. Then added some grease to the right leg and tabard thing to see how it looks.
Some grease to the right tabard leg. That would be... That's his right, yeah?
Yes, that's the model's right leg.
Okay. I really can't see
tell
a major difference, yeah.
Hold on, what did he say? Added some grease to the right leg and tabard thing. Yeah, so I think he's just tried to do like a bit of an oil wash.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It is hard to tell.
Yeah.
So that much. But I think this is a bit too just straight yellow.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite look like it's a powered weapon currently.
Oh, we can take a look at the updates that will come after
this.
this.
Okay. So there's an update after this one,
Yeah, there's a few more updates, I believe, on this.
Okay, so... then we've got Ryan. So
back to our Ryan boy.
Okay, so that's at 41.
Big text, though.
That's alright.
Okay. Another little palette cleanser. I'm currently organizing a campaign for myself and 2 mates at my LGS to run over autumn and winter. Originally,
keep going.
Originally, the plan was to play 3 or 4 chapters of 1-page rules, firefight, with each chapter consisting of 3 to 4 skirmish scale games. The winner of each chapter would earn some sort of boon to carry into a final large-scale game of OPR, Grimdark Future. Well, I've just played my first game of OPR, Warfleets, and absolutely loved it. Naturally, that means I now want to expand the campaign to include some void combat as well. So, yet another project has landed on the hobby desk. Much to me wife's chagrin, I've picked up a job. A lot of Warfleet / Battlefleet Gothic prints from eBay, and plan to get 3 fleets painted up for the campaign. The aim is to surprise my mates by gifting them a fleet each. Wow. What an undertaking. Current fleet plans are Carcharodons, 1 heavy cruiser, 6 light frigates / destroyers, 4 fighter wings, 4 bomber wings, Death Guard, 1 heavy battleship, 6 light frigates / destroyers, 2 fighter wings, 4 bomber wings, Black Legion / Night Lords or / Iron Warriors Task Force, 1 heavy battleship, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 medium cruiser, 1 frigate, 6 fighter wings, and 4 bomber wings. With those numbers in mind, I'm deliberately keeping the painting process simple. I want them to be readable on the table while still looking good from up close. This is my test scheme for the Carcharodons fleet, which will be my own fleet. Recipe: Prime, charcoal gray, Colorforge, raven black. Zenithal, standard gray, followed by ghoul gray, then a very light spray of matte white. All Colorforge rattle cans.
So I really think that this doesn't look nearly as good as it does once he just adds the decal. But yeah, so Battlefleet Gothic, it's like all Games Workshop products. Their actual prices are ridiculous. So like I do not care if he is using eBay or other such things. I think that is the right thing to do. But I think like just it's little things like this where you got to do that tidying, which really makes it a little frustrating for little projects like this. Makes it quite finicky. But yeah, I think it looks good, but it's not as good as where it finishes up.
Okay.
All right. So next up we have more from Larry.
Okay, now he does the thing that you want him to do.
1 moment. This one Didn't come up before. Are you working Facebook? ?
No.
No, it doesn't seem.
It's all the way at the end.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't loading anything or doing anything for a minute.
Okay, so it's at 45.
Yeah.
Alright. White oil wash for the blade. Also put some white spots on one of the cables. Have the idea of making like little balls of energy pulsing through the tube like in some of the cheesy sci-fi shows of the 70s and 80s. Hands aren't really steady enough to go further tonight, so I'll continue later. But yeah, you'll see it on the... There it is.
Yeah.
Pew pew pew. I thought that was more like a game, one of those pixel games that you would play on the square TV.
So like the thing is, like, one thing sort of informs another. So when it was black and white sort of thing, and then like when it came to early color, what they would do is, because you can't have these science fiction looking things, you cheat a lot. So what you do is you have a tube with some ping pong balls, right? And what you do is you close off one end of the tube, and then you put a vacuum cleaner on the other end, and it would suck the balls along. And it's just like, ooh, what a fancy machine.
Yeah, cool.
Because like that's sending the energy through or whatever, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so yes, he's done the white oils thing.
And I think
still think this needs that touch up though.
Yeah. I think he's also thinned the Tesseract glow on the edge of the blade a bit. Which is nice,
I think the issue is his Tesseract glow doesn't seem to have a lot of green in it. It seems to be just all yellow.
It just looks that way because of the greens that he's used around it. They're very sort of primary / blue-green.
Yeah.
And Tesseract glow is very intense.
I know, but what I'm saying is, right, it doesn't have that level of transition that Tesseract glow usually does from what I'm seeing right here. Like, I wonder if he's like, because I know that with the bottle, it gets very stuck to one colour. I know that he's put it in the, what do you call it?
Vortex mixer.
No, the dropper bottle.
Ah.
And I wonder if he's like left too much of the actual green in in the container.
Gotta really mix it up.
Yeah. So that's my note for Larry. And then after that, we've got some more from Larry.
Check this out. Okay, they're not great, but he who must not be named is the embodiment of entropy and degeneration. Of course, reality will warp around his servants.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's fine, it does its job. And like you said, these are cultists, they're not gonna last long. So do the appropriate amount of work for the model, right? Just like we were talking about with Ryan before, like when he's hitting his target with the various guys, just hit the target. Don't go crazy, So yeah, it's fine. It does its job. All right. So next up we have Chris Shah
at 48.
Thanks.
Our beloved Chris Shah has blessed us with a different set of models this time. Quick and dirty slap chop on some disposable cultists for Old World. Frostgrave cultist kit.
It does seem like it's a Frostgrave cultist
I
kit.
love it. And I think he's done mostly like contrast work with these guys.
Yeah.
But it looks really clean and nice.
But I do have to give him... There is something that has upset me, Chris.
Oh.
This basing work is not up to your usual standard.
Oh no.
Chris, why have you forsaken us? Why have you forsaken us, Chris?
What is just this plain soil?
This soil with tea leaves. Where is my blessed shrubbery?
And
I require
rocks.
a shrubbery.
Maybe some skulls.
Yes, shrubbery, a skull. Is it too much to ask for a skull? Honestly. Perhaps a rock? No? Too much?
Should see his face. It's hilarious.
All right. We will move on. But no. Hold up. Before I do, I just want to say, look, there's nothing wrong with Slap Chop, and like we've said, the only issue we have with Slap Chop is how it's pushed on beginners as sort of a catch-all for like
just do this,
and it's like all of a sudden you'll have talent, but
it's like it's not. Some people actually care about how their models look. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But see, like, Chris just focuses on this, and like even he's got a little bit of flooding here and there, right? But he's been careful. What it seems to do is make sure to wick off the excess in most areas, right? Like there's like that tiny bit of flooding there.
Yeah, and the ones on the purple guys.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's okay. It's okay. All right. So next up, we've got Liam. Why did Liam not like? I am very upset with the Facebooks. Okay, so that's at 50?
50.
Yeah, okay.
Back at it with the Relic Knights piece again. Thought not a lot done. Thanks, slower back. Edge highlighted some white on the locks of hair, painted the nails/teeth, and laid down some gunmetal on the armor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, and look, you don't have to do massive amounts so long as you're getting some progress in. And I think like your little skeleton dude, it worked out well. I liked it. And like here, I think that these white highlights are good enough. Like don't go crazy with the white highlights. You've got some grey there. You've got some white now. White can always be a
B.
Yes.
I do think personally you could improve on the white. It does feel very messy, but like
it's meant to be quite wild though.
Yeah.
Okay, say your words. Use your words.
I don't know how to say.
With words.
Do you think it could be a little cleaner? But we are doing what we can at the time. For now. Okay.
Is that the end of this story?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that's the weakest part of the model currently.
Okay,
yeah.
Alright. Well, let us move on, and we will move on to Alex Co.
Alex at 52.
Yep.
Finished up this boy. I'm sure you'll be pleased to see some micro tucks on the base.
Yes.
I don't know why my mic decided to turn on all by itself. No, I've not touched it at all.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Look how much they add to it.
Oh, yes.
See?
Look, Alex, look. Now it looks like something.
Yes.
Now it looks like...
Should we talk about the paint
You got the touch.
Or should we just look at the base a bit more?
You got the power.
I mean, like, there is some non-metallic metal thing, but I mean, look at this little bit of basing. Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
Sonny's improvisational line of, I think it's Stan Bush who sings, "You got the touch."
I thought that was a really
You got the power.
Really good intro. Yeah.
But your low
I don't
energy
like
version.
His face interrupting the visuals, but I liked everything else.
Alright, speaking about faces interrupting the visuals, what are your thoughts on his?
Yeah, I mean, he's doing that classic sort of desaturated green look, more orky, like D&D style orky.
Well, you should note, original D&D style orcs, like the pig orcs, rather than...
Well, yeah, he's got a piggy nose.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're not talking about modern D&D orcs with...
the tusks of the tooth.
Well, the modern D&D orcs are an interesting bunch, shall we say.
Well, I like the naturalistic skin, and then the browns really pop against its nice level of contrast and values. And then, of course, you've got the classic, what is it called? Bad Moon's Yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, that really sort of just adds the visual hierarchy there. Like, oh, he's see the top and then the middle and then the bottom.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was
nice.
going to talk about. So yeah, I was pretty much going to say, like, with this yellow here, I don't care about that as much as I did with the pocket rocket, because
Or the nose sniffer.
anyway, the thing is, when it's right here, it follows that visual hierarchy, as Sunny says.
Pig orc. Can call them porks.
No, you are not going to eat
Ham.
You are a ham. But yeah, so like I think that really helped. I think that he looks really good. I like him.
Sorry, could we go back to the front? I just
Yeah.
feel like the toe caps could use like a wash of a brown or something, like a brown panel line, just to help with the rivets and the separation of those details.
Well, like I wouldn't call that a wash. I'd just like sort of like some spot. Yeah,
Spot washing.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I can see what you're saying, but I don't mind it. I think maybe the reverse, doing just a tiny bit of highlighting and then doing the pigment powder.
Yeah, pigment powder.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to... We got some Andy at 56.
56. Some more holiday painting, hence slightly crappy photos. Finished my Berberian, did the base for the iBot. I did the other week and painted another version of Lucy from Fallout. Have to confess, I'm struggling a little with some of the smaller scale Fallout models and somehow have given Lucy a very square looking jaw/face and not sure what to do about it. Might put her to one side and come back later. Okay. I don't see like it's a bad thing.
But like these photos aren't 100% the best. I feel as if, I know it might sound like a cop-out, right? But I feel as if what we should get Andy to do is take photos of these again once he's back home, sort of thing, so that we can give them a proper review.
Yeah.
Right? Not because he's done anything wrong or anything like that, right? It's just like, if he's going to put the effort in, and like, at the moment we've got...
I think the Berberian is probably clearest of the lot.
Yeah, and like, that's saying something a bit. That like, this is our clearest picture, because like, we've got a lot of blurring here and that sort of thing. So... I know, Andy, this feels like a cop-out, and I'm sorry about that, but I'm just going to ask with these ones, if you, once you're done, once you're done on your holiday, just take another lot of pictures, because, we are happy to review and all of that sort of thing, but we want to be able to see, to be able to review. Alright, so next up we have...
Combat Patrol update by David at 58.
Okay, you just go for it, because it is not coming through.
Blood Claws mostly done. Need to touch up a couple spots, but they are getting put on the back burner until I get the rest of the box more done. Yeah, and it's looking quite nice currently.
It's looking a lot more complete now, so...
Yeah, but I do like the color combinations. They look very sort of bloody and barbaric because of that sort of that bone plus the red, and that's specifically somewhat of like a crimson red. Feels more like blood stripped bone flesh kind of thing.
I think what will really help these guys a lot is once their basing is done, they'll feel a lot more complete. Because like it's one of those things where there's certain models where once you just do that one step, even if it's just blacking out the base or whatever, but because like they've already got the black feet and that sort of thing, just doing that one step will make it feel so much more complete. So I'm like, that's what I'm looking forward to, seeing that. Alright, next up we have
more from our
Ryan
at 59.
Yep.
4th Battle Company Carcharodon Astra Battle Barge finished. Blacked out the raised edges on the wing, added some glow on the windows and the engines, added transfers and battle damage, with a combo of Yeti White and Matte Black. Then, to finish, add my new invention, Space Dirt Wash. A mix of speed paint medium, dark rust, and military tone wash. Just need to take some proper photos for Instagram, and it's done.
I think that the chipping that he's done along here has really sort of completed it. I think that the Carcharodon symbol was great, but when I look at it here, just these little bits of chipping is what's really done it. I think the spot of colour in the cathedral itself is nice, but that's the thing that I noticed the most. All of this little bits of chipping, because however he's done that, has come up really quite nice.
Take a look at the sort of silvery bit along,
right here,
like right there.
Where he's done the patterning.
Yeah, like
I think
how do you do that?
I'm pretty sure that's a decal.
Oh, it almost looks like faceted silver strip or something.
But yeah, I think those sorts of things. Also, I think he's texturing of like the metals.
Oh, check that out. He even put the glow.
Yeah, he did. I talked about that just a minute ago.
I didn't notice it, so I was like...
But yeah, I think it comes off
really?
better in certain areas, like the little glows there.
I bet once he puts it with the black background like he usually does, like you really see those details pop.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Especially the little house, quote unquote.
The chapel.
The chapel.
Yeah, I think
40k.
I think it looks good. I think he's done well.
Really... Oh, look at the thrusters. Love it.
Yeah.
Loving it.
And see, this is, I think this is sort of the perfect embodiment of what I was talking about with the Grimdark. Like, if it was just these greys and this chipping and like, you're not looking as close as we are and that sort of thing. It's like, okay, cool. You made a grey ship. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got some steel. But just with those pops of colour, you're like, oh.
You can really appreciate like all the tiny details of the model itself.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
But yeah, all right. I think so no feedback from me because you very much did the cleanup that I wanted on these panels, and that was pretty much it. All right. So next up, we have Batch Painter and his 17 minis that he's all done in a row. Just 17 all in a row, or like 5 or 6. I'm not good at counting.
Finish my Scar-Vet from Lost Kingdom minis. Happy with how it turned out. Feel like I learned a lot. Yeah.
Is this a Lost Kingdoms one, did he say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lost Kingdoms, in my opinion, has done some of the best models for the Lizardman faction.
I love the bone work. The gold is very brilliant gold. I don't necessarily mind it. I love his eyes. The eyes came through so beautifully. Even
though they're so tiny.
Yeah.
I feel like the gold doesn't have the depth that I want it to have.
I can see that, and I did think about that as well. Maybe some true metallic metals would really help it pop a bit more. I don't know. Yeah,
I do feel as if like a lot of effort has gone into some of the other areas. Like doing up the highlights and that sort of thing. I feel like it might have been sprayed on something.
Why does Batch Painter minis and his 17 minis sound like some kind of music supergroup? It's Batch Painter and his 17 minis!
Here on 97.1.FM.
Yeah. Something like that.
Batch Painter minis. and his 17 figures. Up next.
What's the song?
The song is Lost Kingdoms.
Contrast. It is true metallic metal. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it? Like, I'm
No, I mean like in the sense that you've started off with like a darker,
yeah, a darker
bronze, work your way up to shiny gold sort of
yeah.
thing.
So I would say that that's the area that needs to be worked on, but everything else I really like. Because like I feel like that just doesn't have the detail of here.
Yeah.
All right, you have to go.
I'll be back.
I shall do the reading. All right.
Remember, you have to touch and you have the power.
Oh, I have to touch who?
No one.
Okay. I've got to be touched, and I know somebody called Powder. Okay. I'm not sure that I want to be a part of this this little experiment, but I will touch the powder. Not feeling anything yet, but okay. Alright, are we going to work Facebook? Alright, great. After my guild in classes, I wanted to revise what we learnt and try it again while it was still fresh. While I understand the idea of main focal area and breaking it down into smaller areas of value is where I'm having some issues. Okay, so obviously your main focal area is up here and you wanted to break it down into smaller areas, like by having that same sort of value set color for the head of the model. It does seem to be what's going on. So here is sort of the same issue with the skin and the eye. So as far as I understand, these are not complete, or you know, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Harry, Belafonte, Stan Bush have all flown over. Stan Bush? What are we talking about? What are we? Right. But yeah, no. I think the idea is working out for you, like having those focal points, but when it comes to all of these sorts of things, I think that it's doing well. But what you want to do is you want to sort of focus on getting those focus points more focused. I know that doesn't help a lot, but as an example, right? So let's say you've got here, this is where you want people to focus, right? So around here you need to have like that slightly brighter color, and around here you need to have that slightly brighter color to sort of have like, this is where the light hits sort of thing. Because here the shadows, all of that seems to be fine. That seems to be doing its job. Like here, I think that the focus point, if you want it to be right here, done it. You've hit your goal. But if you want it to be shared between these two with that similar value, not quite as much, right? Because we've got the strong analogous values here, right? Where it goes from the yellow to the blue to the green, right? So it's blue analogous. Sorry, not blue analogous, green analogous. But then, you know, over here, we don't have that same level of focus. Like, you'd probably have to apply higher values to the breast and to the face. And yeah, that'd basically be my feedback for it. But Sonny has just returned, so he's talking about doing focus. So I'll just go back and read. After my gilding class, I wanted to revise what we'd learned and try it again while it was still fresh in my mind. Whilst I understand the idea of main focal area, breaking it down into smaller areas of value is where I'm having some issues. So, do you want to give your feedback on these?
Smaller areas of value.
Yeah.
Do you mean...
Just take a look at the pictures and, like, has it...
So, like, now, like, for example, all the focus in this particular one is wherever you've painted red. And then now you want to zoom in further. Okay, so...
You want the mouse, don't you?
Yeah. So one way of doing it is following your eye, how it naturally flows along the model, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're naturally going to start from the top and move your way along the cape and then probably go down. So you can just pick sort of, like, treat it almost like as a constellation. It was a class with David Cole on macro values and breaking them into small pieces. Tough stuff. Macro values. I'm not very sure what that means.
Macro means big.
Big value. Or maybe, I don't know. Is it basically like visual hierarchy? Is that what it is?
It does sound as if it's just visual hierarchy.
Because, like, you just sort of follow where your eye naturally falls along the model, right? So you start, obviously, from the top. Your eye naturally follows along the cape, and then it'll probably go down to the horse. So you can sort of treat it like a constellation map. You just pick a point from the top, say maybe the bandana, and then you want to have like a little bit more brightness around here, where you might even try to put some texture work, and then you focus more on the armor plates of the horse and sort of work your way down like a constellation, like point 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where your biggest efforts go in.
You're talking more, rather than constellation, you're talking about connected dots.
Yeah, connected dots. Isn't it like constellation, connect the dots?
Okay, so what about this one here?
So I guess my eye kind of falls along this way because you've got a lot of the brightness over here.
So I did talk about that, but I was talking about how this sort of captures all of your attention.
Yeah, because this is big. This is
but
very big.
It's not just that it's big. It's also because of the analogous color scheme. You know, like you got the green, and then you got the yellow and the blue. Right?
Yeah. So this way, the way that you've painted this area has the most dynamism.
That's it.
And so, like, everywhere else feels a little bit more on the flat side. And it's not a bad place to focus because it's a face. You want the face and the base to be the focal points most of the time.
Well, the base doesn't have to be a focal point, but what it has to do is it's got to blend seamlessly. It's got to make it so that the model feels real. But yeah, I said stuff very sort of similar to that, because like I was saying how the head, the animal's head captures the attention more than this, and I think that what you said is much better about the dynamism. But let's move on to our final one from him.
Do we time this one or no?
No, because it's all batch paint on this one.
While waiting on some extra bits for my next major project, thought I'd try something darker than I normally do. Even had a crack at non-metallic metal. Could believe how quickly it started looking gross. Yeah.
I think it's looking good. I think the tongue is the thing that you've done best. But what I really like is the coloration in here. I think that your non-metallic metal is starting to come off. It all depends on this thing's sort of sheen value. Like, how shiny is this metal?
Yeah.
Right?
Currently, to me, it's reading a bit more like a stone.
Yeah, I was about to say the same.
Polished stone or something.
Or not even quite a polished stone, more like slate.
Ah, slate.
You know, where it's got a slight reflective value, and that sort of thing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, this can be stuff that they're wearing, that sort of thing, right? It doesn't always have to be a super bright, shiny metal, right? Especially if you're doing something like this from Viserion games.
Works with the theme.
Yeah. But like with this, you might want to increase its values so that with that, there's a definitive difference between your slate rock and your actual chains here.
Ah, yep, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like, what do you...
I think like even bringing in a contrast of kind to this model will really help.
Okay, that was more of these guys. I think we've already... Oh, okay, this is just showing off what he's been doing recently. Because, yeah, no, I just wanted to focus on that one. Oh, no, we've got new ones.
And this one was like a candy metal kind of trial. Yeah, candy metals trial. Saw a thing on doing candy paint jobs on models without the use of proper candies. Red was over metallics, while the blue was over non-metallic metal.
The blue seems to be alright. Let's take... Where's the red?
This.
Where is the red?
I do not see the red, but I think he's trying to say, like, the normal way of doing candy metal is that you put, like, a silver down and then put, like, a clear over the top.
Nice little values exercise here.
Mm-hmm. I really like these little power rocks.
It is a good objective marker. It is objectively good.
Objectively good. Oh, look at this.
This guy's interesting.
I quite like the way you've used the tones here with like a purples and then like blue tinted shadows. And almost... Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got that sort of classic... sort of blue and red lighting, but it's very subtle.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
very keen to see how this progresses.
Yeah.
Very nice. And of course our little guy. Is this all from the same post, honey? Like,
I think it might have been because it linked to his one. It might have gone a bit further than... Yeah, no, because it's going through the days now, so yeah, it was meant to be just this
that,
one.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Alright, so next up we have a Larry at 17.
Yeah. I have been informed that this is looking sick, so I am well pleased. Put Tesseract glow in the blade and the little vents on the staff head, though I may change those back to black. What do you think? Then I was going to use a black contrast for the chest hose at the bottom. So I got out my Hospitala black. Dude, I love that look. So I just kept using it over the two big hoses to the arms and in all the little joints and crevices and so forth. Just like a wash, and it came out incredibly. Normally it works like Black Templar or Black Legion, but with this Kaleido metallic paint, it's almost like using an enamel or oil wash. The 1 or 2 times I had a little mess, it just wiped up with a dry Q-tip while staying in the grooves. I really dig this look. Also, the runes along the neckline were messy, if you remember. So I used a brush to lightly go back over the neck piece with the intent of redoing them. But look at the difference between regular light and UV. I might just keep it as is. Otherwise, still some things to neaten up and improve, especially on the base.
Yeah, so I really think that his Tesseract is off a bit more now, because like I see this and it's just all sort of neon yellow. You notice? there's no actual variation in between.
It's not very chartreusey.
Yeah, so I think, like, for example, what I would do here, right, is I might even just get another bottle, redo those areas, because I think that you put quite a bit of work into this, but it's not shown. Oh, good batch painter. It's not shown the sort of. It's not repaid the level of work that you put in. Unlike your black lining with the wash, that's come up fantastic, as he mentioned. Just, I think that's worked out really well. Because like at the moment, what I would probably do to fix this up, if you weren't going to change it, is use some sort of light green or lime green wash, like the way I'd use the white with the oils usually, and just sort of put it in there to darken sort of certain areas. Because at the moment, I just feel like it's really not doing its job. It's really decreasing the value of your painting work elsewhere. What do you think?
It does feel very stark.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't know if I would recommend redoing that area.
Like,
because it's such a. I feel like it would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, sure, it is going to be a pain. But I mean, like, the thing is that, like, I wouldn't give the recommendations if I didn't think Larry had it in him, right? If Larry was somebody who barely gets anything done, maybe I wouldn't say this, but Larry is not somebody who barely gets anything done. He is somebody who does get things done, you know? But yeah, so, but that black, mate, that's an experiment that's worked out for you, because I think when we've used the Vallejo washes, they have not worked out for us. But maybe just because the metal sheen, it just really helps set all of that up. So it might not be the Vallejo Express color here. It might be the metal that's doing the work here. So let's just keep that part in mind. So next up, we've got Alfarius with an update.
Yeah, Tallyman update.
So that's 22.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is how it starts.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's no
no text. Yeah, it's just pictures.
Okay, so this is where we got up to.
Yep.
Okay.
He's done the base.
Right, now he adds his
jade green verdigris method. And then puts on aquamarine on top.
Yeah.
Hey, this is the one.
Now he adds the
Ho-ho-ta tinny tin. Sorry. Hojatata tinny tin.
What are you saying?
What the heck is this color, man?
But yeah, no. Unfortunately, because the rest of it's brown, it just doesn't show up at this stage.
Yeah, I can see they've done it a bit on the face area.
Well, like, I think that's some spillover, but like you can see that it's pulled back the
Yeah.
Daylight come and me want to go. I know these references. You think I don't know these references?
I don't, but you do. That's the important bit.
Yeah, so
I think someone here is American enough for our audience.
Be quiet, woman. But yeah, so it's an update.
It's a progress. Yeah.
All right, so then we're at David at 24.
Okay, Combat Patrol Challenge update by David. I think my battle leader is done.
Okay, let's take a look.
Okay, now that you feel that he is done, I do think you can push the fur work on the black fur way more. Like, it just really needs that extra push. In fact, I think you could even do a bit of a fade, like a stippled fade from the snout. Like do like a gray snout going into that black fur.
Yeah.
Because
It's not working.
it's not working, I'm sorry. It just doesn't, it's too one tone.
Yeah.
And you can see that there's a lot of features there on the face, and it needs that separation, especially when you got the gums and the mouth. Like, you gotta put in the pinks in the mouth and all that.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be a different color. So it needs that separation.
But
and,
it's not just the face, right? Like, we've also got it over here and on the hands.
Yeah, so like bases and aces make model suitcases. So like the face really needs to be pushed. Like, I really love this. Like, this looks like a savage barbarian space.
Well, I think that the fur could be pushed here as
Yeah,
well,
the fur
because like
needs to
the
be
fur
pushed.
the fur down here is
looks
fine, right?
pretty good.
But the fur up here, oh boy, no.
I think you could-
It's too matted and
Yeah.
doesn't have the push that it needs.
I think the ice blades could also use a bit of a like a light dry brush to really bring out. Because
Maybe,
it looks quite flat.
yeah. So I think maybe like some stippling or some feathering to give it like a sort of scratchy feel.
I feel Chris Shaw could really give some pointers here, because he's done that sort of ice weapons for his space wolves. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's about it. But yeah, I think that's all that we have to add, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let us be done. And here's what I want to say. I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. And hopefully everything will be good, but there is a slight chance that we may not be on next week. So if we're not, don't worry. Just things happened, and I don't think we've missed one since we started again, have we?
We've missed like
I don't think so.
we've missed before, but it's very rare.
When did we last miss?
I don't remember, but we have. It's a very, very long time ago.
Oh, lost power. I'm back. We did have a power loss on a Saturday, not on the Friday though. That was very frustrating, because like I remember getting on the phone and being out in the rain, and it was a bit of a catastrophe. But I think the Discord members got it. They're just like, yeah, he's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
But with all of that said, what I would like to say is thank you so much for joining us. And as always, keep those brushes wet. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.